Good day, El Paso. Your local junk caller here, Charlie, aka Dumpster Daddy. We are on the west side of El Paso today. We had us an estimate earlier this morning. We landed the job. We will be taking care of that client on tomorrow morning. There are some things that I wanted to get into today. Really, I just want to talk about content creation, the creative process, and going through learning how to do YouTube, learning how to do the social medias for my business has been a great learning experience. I don't believe I mentioned it in any of the previous vlogs, but when we started this program, when we started this campaign, this social media campaign, I had in my mind that I wanted to do a 90-day charge, 90-day campaign. I subscribed and bought into some master classes. We are trying to get, we're thinking of trying to get or ways to get more visibility to the business. Been doing a lot of YouTube research when it comes to just, getting exposure to our business and what we do, trying to think outside of the box, not really wanting to pay for like Google ads, pay for, somebody to run us some ad campaigns. So me and the wife, we were thinking like, what could we do? We saw some success last year with Spectrum. They gave us a grant. We were part of their Spectrum Reach program, and we saw a great return on that. So this year, we were looking at doing the same thing. We were looking at spending a little money with Spectrum. We were looking at spending a little money with some other TV stations down here in El Paso. And my wife reminded me, she said, didn't you always say when we were working at Disney that you wanted to find a way to get into YouTube or content creation? Don't you think now's the time? So instead of spending all that money or spending a weekly budget of whatever we were planning, when it came to spending money for ads with the TV station, with Spectrum, or with Google, she told me to invest in some equipment. So that's what we did. We invested in this type of equipment, and she also suggested that I invest in like master classes, teaching us how to use the AI tools that are out there, teaching us how to use different equipment, teaching us how to get into the podcast game, writing ebooks, all of that type of stuff. So I put myself on a 90-day challenge, and I broke those up into 30-day increments. So for the first 30 days for January, now mind you, I did start practicing and playing around and recording once we got the equipment the end of 23 last year. So I believe it was like right before or after Thanksgiving, we got the cameras and all of that stuff. So the first 30 days, the first course of action that I took was just learning a workflow. Learning how to record videos, learning the equipment, learning the software to put the videos together, learning how to batch the content together, just all of that simple stuff, like trying to find a way to make sure that I can get content out consistently and not fall into some of the traps that I was listening to on YouTube when other content creators were saying like, hey, sometimes, we got creators, they'll come out, they'll start off, they'll make 2 or 3 videos and then we don't hear nothing from them. Or they'll make, a week's worth of content and then we don't hear nothing from them for another, 6, 7 months to even a year. And I didn't want that to be me. So I was figuring out and learning strategies to implement for our content. And we came across some AI tools to help us with social media posts. So that was the first 30 days. January, learning the workflow, learning how to put together the video, learning when I go home at the end of the evening, at the end of the night or whatever, and sit there at my computer or at my iPad and put this stuff together. So now we're in a new month. We're in our next 30 days. And then this month, I feel like we have figured out our workflow. We have figured out how we want to put together our videos. Is always going to be making improvements and everything. We did have a couple of questions come through, so I look forward to having more dialogue, more questions come through from the YouTube community. But in this 30 days, we'll be working on putting together the thumbnails and the titles and the descriptions for videos. So we're taking this one process at a time. We're going to be refining the tools that we've been working on and practicing. And we're taking this thing serious, man. So like this is just one step to the process, Dumpster Daddy. I will be, we have already started launching stuff and doing stuff for our church. We will be launching and doing things for our personal brand. So a lot of stuff that my wife and I do together, a lot of things that we do individually. We're gonna, Dumpster Daddy is his own thing. We're gonna separate all of that content out and have it have its own house while we work on doing our own personal brands and things and putting that in its own space as well. So we got plans. But speaking of plans, got some runs to make today to Home Depot to go get some more reciprocating saws, some more Sawzall blades. So yeah, come on along for the journey. We're gonna see what we can get up out of this.